Hey guys, so this is day 26 of daily RC practice series. Let's look at this passage. In the first paragraph, author tells you about a popular assumption that mechanization of work transforms life. It is often believed. He also gives us an example. It was believed by many that women's employment in industry, factories changed their lives forever. In the second paragraph, author says historians have challenged this assumption and they believe that it was not mechanization that transformed women's life. It was their own economic needs and the needs of the market that changed the employment patterns, if at all. So earlier industries would prefer hiring single women. Now they started hiring married women because the available pool of single women started shrinking. So it was not technology, it was the market need. Finally, in the last paragraph, author tells us that he admits that though nature of women's work has changed over the past 200 years, the fundamental conditions under which women work have not changed. So they're still given less pay. The occupations are segregated by gender. So other conditions also persist. In the end, he concludes by saying, mechanization is not revolutionary after all. To the contrary, it may have been counter-revolutionary for women. It may have slowed down the process of change, if at all. So this is what the author concludes. Okay. With this basic understanding, we are good to look at the questions now. So which of the following statement best summarizes the main idea of the passage? Now, first option A says the effects of mechanization of women's work have not borne out the frequently held assumption that new technology is inherently revolutionary. Now, this is exactly what the passage says. So option A should be the correct answer. Recent studies have shown that mechanization revolutionary. It is opposite to what the passage says. Contrary, it does not have a revolutionary effect. Mechanization has caused the nature of women's work to change. Again, opposite. It's also out. It's also out. The mechanization of work creates whole new classes of jobs that did not previously exist. In a sense, this is also opposite. So option A is the correct answer. So before the Industrial Revolution, the majority of women's work was done in which of the following settings? Okay, it is written before the Industrial Revolution. In fact, after the Industrial Revolution, they went out of their household, which was their traditional sphere. If household was their traditional sphere, so before the Industrial Revolution, majority of the work happened in private households. An easy question, direct answer. Can be inferred from the passage that author would consider which of the following to be an indication of a fundamental alteration in the conditions of women's work. Okay, so author here says fundamentally the conditions have not changed much. Conditions are similar, they haven't changed much. And he also talks about conditions. What are the conditions? Segregation of occupation by gender still persists, lower pay for women, etc. These are the conditions. Okay, now when would he consider, which of the following would he consider to be a fundamental alteration? Therefore, if one of these conditions changes, he would consider it a fundamental alteration. All right, let's see. Option A, statistics showing that majority of women now occupy white collar positions. Author has conceded this point himself, that though the nature of women's work has changed, here he says now they occupy white collar job instead of primarily blue collar work. So the nature has already changed, but still he does not consider it fundamental alteration because these conditions persist. Okay. Interviews with married men show that they also do some household tasks. That would imply fundamental alteration in men's position and not women's position. So this is irrelevant. Okay. Option C, surveys of the labor market documenting the recent creation of a new class of jobs in electronics in which women outnumber men 4 to 1. Author has not specified a particular domain in which fundamental alteration is required. Also, he does not talk about the number or the ratio of men to women. It is not one of these conditions mentioned here. Option D, census results showing that working women's wages and salaries are as high as those of working men. Okay, so this lower pay for women, therefore, has altered, has changed. This would be considered by author as a fundamental alteration. Passage states that before the 20th century, which of the following was true? Okay, before the 20th century, they did not employ women in factories. They did, but they did not employ married women. They avoided employing married women. Okay, they tended to employ single rather than married women. That is true, written here. Last line. So previously, in many cases, single women workers were the only women employers would hire. Okay, but that changed after the 20th century. They employed women in only those jobs that were related to women's traditional household work, not mentioned anywhere, so out of scope. They resisted technological innovations that would radically change, nowhere mentioned again, out of scope. So B is the answer. Author most probably believes which of the following? Okay, let's see. So our answer would not be explicitly written. We'll have to infer it. About the historians who study the history of women. Okay, these historians are mentioned here in the second paragraph. What is written about them? So these historians now seriously challenge, question this assumption. Which assumption? That work has, mechanization of work has a revolutionary effect on the lives of people. Okay, if these historians question this assumption, it means their work provides insights which are important to those examining the social phenomena affecting the lives of both sexes. So he's talking about people in general. This was assumed that mechanization has an effect on people in general. If historians are challenging this assumption, so though these historians are studying only women, their work will have implications on the understanding of these people about social phenomena affecting lives of both sexes, society in general. Their work can only be used cautiously by scholars in other disciplines. Author never mentions other disciplines, the implications of their work for other disciplines. Because they concentrate only on the role of women in the workplace, they draw more reliable conclusions. Again, author or passage does not make such a claim. While highly interesting, their work has not had an impact. Whether or not it has had an impact is not known. In fact, they have seriously questioned the assumption, so there must have been some impact. So either it is beyond scope, or if at all, it is contrary to the nature of the passage. Last question. Which of the following best describes the function of the concluding sentence? Now understand, guys, in the concluding sentence, author has gone a step ahead in his assertion, a step further. And he says, let alone revolutionary, mechanization may even have been counter-revolutionary. So it was not revolutionary for sure. As a matter of fact, it may even have been counter-revolutionary. So he goes a step further. Okay. So does the last sentence sum up the general points concerning the mechanization of work made in the passage as a whole? No. It goes against the general points. It contradicts the general point, and also it goes a step ahead. Okay. It draws a conclusion concerning the effects of mechanization of work. That's correct. Which goes beyond. Okay. Step further means goes beyond the evidence presented in the passage as a whole. That's correct. Evidence only suggests that mechanization was not revolutionary. But author goes a step ahead and he says it might have been counter-revolutionary. So this is what should our answer be. It restates the point concerning technology. Restatement of the point. No, it's not a restatement. It rather is an amplification. It's a step ahead of the point mentioned in the previous sentence. Okay. It qualifies the author's agreement with scholars. Qualification means toning down. So has the author toned down his agreement with scholars? To the contrary, he has reinforced his support for these historians or scholars. So it is not toning down. These are the answers, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Keep learning, keep improving. Cheers.